Dear viewers, welcome back to Life Excellence Foundation YouTube English channel. In our last video, we have seen how to determine Atma Karaka and the characteristics of Atma Karaka and where the Atma Karaka is heading towards. So in today's video, we'll get into details about, you know, different planets, what are their ambitions, and what lessons they will learn, and when they are in different nakshatras, how they will manifest different things during Dasha periods. And also, we will take one example, sample horoscope, so that it will be helpful for you to understand um, how the journey of the Atma is decided and how it will be determined over a period of time. So I am going to share some presentations with you, and this will help you to note down few things as well as understand things in detail. So let me just share one presentation. So here, okay, you can see the Atma Karaka. So when a planet is Atma Karaka, what are the worldly desires a person is carrying, and what are the spiritual lessons that planet is trying to teach? So if Atma Karaka planet is Sun, then so it will be aiming for success, fame, and power. And spiritual lesson that will teach is letting go the ego and being showing the humility. So you can see a lot of people who are in power. They even if they are not well, they are going through difficulties. They don't want to leave their power. They want to be in power. Okay, so when Atma Karaka is Sun, so these are some of the characteristics you can see. When Atma Karaka is Moon, so worldly desire will be happiness, love, and satisfaction. And the spiritual lessons learned during this, when Atma Karaka is Moon, understanding why the unhappiness comes, difference between true and false love. So, what these planets trying to indicate is going to be of primary importance, because later on we can find in detail the desires, what due to what reason, because we talked about remembering past life, the smritis. Okay, so which I'm going to discuss bit later. So now let us look at Mars. Mars indicates passion, victory, and adventure. And Mars also shows how to handle defeat, okay, learning patience, and unrequited passions, okay, passions for which you have not found any response. So Mercury indicates intellectual superiority, and it also indicates the spiritual lesson which will be crossing the barriers of achieving intellectual height and divine communication and learning to face the hard truths of life. Jupiter indicates children and spirituality, and it teaches a lesson tolerating others' spirituality, wisdom, and putting your children before you, and also, giving or making women perfect. Okay, Venus. Venus indicates sexual relationships, luxury, and sensuality. So the lessons learned will be accepting relationships the way it is and avoiding excessive behavior and controlling the sensuality or controlling the senses. Saturn is mainly dealing with public people and doing your duty, being disciplined. And the lessons learned will be facing harsh truths of life and facing loneliness. Okay, Rahu indicates achievement and experiences, and it teaches a lesson of disappointments, fears, and doubts. So these are some of the main characteristics or things that we can identify from planets and the kind of lessons these will teach in your life. Okay, so when Atmakaraka planet is any of these, so what kind of things you can expect, you can learn from this. Now, important thing is understanding Atma and subconscious mind. So you might have seen a lot of training programs about reprogramming subconscious mind, all those things. But until and unless we know the root cause of our problem, or until and unless we know what our own Atma is aiming to do, it will be difficult to reprogram the subconscious mind, because whatever all these training programs teach is very, very generic things. But you might have seen people are transforming after past life regression, because it is addressing very one or two very specific things. But here, okay, when you find out the nature of your Atma and what your subconscious mind has got, okay, that is called Smriti. Smriti means your subconscious mind has the capability to hold memories. So life is all about experiences. So experiences of past and what your Atma is aiming to achieve in the future. So both the things we can see from the horoscope. So that is how beautifully our rishis and munis have done, coded this horoscope in such a way that everything is included in this. So as you unlock, as you unleash bit by bit, you will learn quite a lot of things. So when a person is born, there is something called birth nakshatra. So birth nakshatra indicates the soul's journey which it will go through during its lifetime. Now what happens is there are 5 types of dashas, because these 5 types of dashas, like dasha, upadasha, and prana dasha, dehan dasha, atma dasha. Okay, there are different types of dashas. When your journey navigates through this, you will go through, or you will remember a lot of things. You will have a lot of experiences in your life, which is based on, the past and your own experiences that you have accumulated. Now, you might have accumulated these experiences either in your previous lives or in this particular life. Now, there are dashas like Shani Dasha, Rahu Dasha, and Ketu Dasha. They are called Prarabdha Dashas. So usually people go through a lot of difficulties during this dasha. It is not true for everyone, but for most of the people, that is called karmic dashas. Karmic dashas, because what happens is, for whatever the past karmas you did, so that memories starts coming here, and either it causes difficulties, obstructions, or problems, health problems, or various other problems in your life. Now, how to understand from horoscope that what is there as a smriti with your Atma, and what is the future, and what your Atma is aiming to do, or where your Atma is trying to liberate certain things. So now, looking at your horoscope, the Ketu and Atmakaraka planet. So I told you in my previous video how to find Atmakaraka Graha. That is the planet which is in the highest degree in your horoscope. So I'll go through one example, okay, in the coming slides, so that you can understand. So Ketu and Atmakaraka plus Dasha period. So this is what is what indicates your past. And what is the future? How to identify what is your future is Rahu, Atmakaraka, and Moon. Like, so Ketu indicates past. Past means it's like a black box. So you can know, okay, how your previous life ended, and what was the reason your previous life ended, and why Atmakaraka is having certain smritis, and in what dasha periods these smritis will come. Because suppose say if you are running any dasha, Ketu Bhukti comes, okay, or Saturn Bhukti comes, certain smritis will come. Okay. In the similar way, when Rahu Dasha comes, Atma Karaka comes, you will come up with a lot of desires which you want to achieve. So now, how to resolve, okay, certain things? Because I gave a lot of examples in my previous video about how if you are finding out your desire and working on your desire, you will be happy. So when you make Atma happy, it will easily liberate from the body. Otherwise, it will hold on to the body. The main reason it has found a jiva or body is to perform its work, to clear the past debts. But if Atma is failing to do that, so our Atma is misguided or Atma is getting into wrong direction, then it won't be able to perform those things. So that is why, the free will is given, in the life. So human life has got very, special thing about free will, and it is given as a gift. You can understand this from the Bhagavad Gita or various scriptures, that human life is a fruit of past karmas, and the Atma is trying to liberate its karmas and achieve the highest degree, that is moksha, by performing certain actions. Now, there are different solutions in that, okay, how to achieve that. But first thing is, you have to identify the root cause. What exactly Atma is trying to achieve, where it is going, all those stuff. Okay, so let us look at one example of horoscope of Sri Amitabh Bachchan ji. Okay, and here, when you look at the Atma Karaka planet is Mars, because it is in Cancer, 23 degree 47 minutes. So Atmakaraka Graha is in from ascendant, it is in the 7th house, and it is um, Cancer, the zodiac sign, and Mars is with Jupiter. Okay, and Mars is in Ashlesha Nakshatra. Okay, so now what we can make out is, when Mars is in Ashlesha Nakshatra, it is Nakshatra of Mercury. So which means that Mars is trying to aim, or Atmakaraka is trying to aim highest knowledge. Highest knowledge for what? Highest knowledge is the nature of, or one of the main Purushartha of Atmakaraka Nakshatra, that is, Ashlesha Nakshatra, to attain Mukti or Moksha. Okay. And the power of Ashlesha Nakshatra is called Ashleshana Shakti. Means it has got a secretive power to create fear in enemies. Okay. By looking at that person, okay, people will get the fear. Okay. So that kind of nature will be there. So Mars is looking at the Lagna because it is in the 7th house. Along with that, Jupiter is there. So Jupiter gives wisdom. Jupiter gives nobleness in its exaltation. So Jupiter is exalted. Along with that, Mars is there. So it makes a person very, very attractive and very friendly with a lot of people. And Jupiter is being in Pushya Nakshatra. So what it makes is, service to people. Give knowledge, give service to people in different ways. Now, the Navamsha for Mars is Kumbha Navamsha, and for Venus, being in Rohini Nakshatra, it is also in Kumbha Navamsha. So Mars is basically leadership and, directing people. Okay, and Venus is entertainment, luxury. So all those qualities, so you can see in Sri Amitabh Bachchan ji, as well as the kind of respect and nobleness that he gets from society. So that is also is very, very evident from here. And also, he is it is very difficult for his enemies to digest about his success. So enemies will fear. Okay. Combination of Ketu and Mars in Ashlesha and Purashada Nakshatra shows brilliance and intelligence. So lot of knowledge is already there. Okay, lot of knowledge. Root, because Mula Nakshatra shows the root. So, sorry, Purashada Nakshatra knows the knowledge of art because it is Nakshatra of Shukra. Okay, so knowledge of art is already there, and Mars, okay, is having, as I told you previously, Atma Karaka plus Ketu gives that knowledge. What happened in previous life? So previous life, the person was planning to attain, highest achievement in, or he was performing something related to art in his previous life, and that is how the life was ended. And he was brilliant during his last life as well. Okay. And Saptama Jupiter and Saptama Mars, seventh place, seventh house Mars and Jupiter makes person very, very attractive and noble. So in this way, you can know a lot of details by each and every planet and do the activities of the planet and nakshatra. And that will give you relief. In the sense, you will start enjoying and your Atma will be at peace. Your Atma will attain a lot of things that it want to attain, but if you have the knowledge. So I have attempted to give you some idea about how to find out these things from your own horoscope. And we'll be coming up with more details in next coming videos. Thank you so much for being patient and looking at these videos and try to learn. If any questions are there, please drop in the comment box. I will try to answer you. And thank you so much. See you in the next video.